Hello, I'm gonna talk about myself and what I got going on. Uh, I'm in the process. Well, I got a backpack to take out to my spot. So I actually got two bags packed. I'll go ahead and bring those. They're by the door. I only got two light bulbs. That's one thing about me is that we had three light bulbs. Well, I did, and one of them blew out, so we're down to two. So that's why it's so dark. But yeah, I got this bag I carry. It's got clothes and some odds and ends. Those are all like used razors. Uh, like if shit gets really bad, then I could always just go reuse old razors. It hurts like hell, but I'll do it if I got to. Um, this video's gonna be about 14 minutes long, so I guess you'll see that, seeing as it'll be done by that time. And I'm bringing my other bag, my book bag, that's full of books, like jam packed full of books. So I'll be taking those out to the spot, and they'll be all covered from the rain and all that. Uh, I'm wearing the same thing I wore last couple of days, but I actually showered and washed it and everything. I had bird poop on me from the bird, on my shoulder or whatever. Uh, I have to pace, like I have to pace around, but because I'm like probably because I've been homeless so long and like on and off, plus not a lot of clothes that I get actually fit me. Like I'll get clothes and then it's like, oh, well, fuck you. Like we don't make clothes for you. So it's really rare that I find stuff that fits me, and it's been more efficient to just like I really like the outfit I got right now, so I might as well stick with it. Uh, I'm not gonna go into like super detail about that. Like at least like what I got going on right now, but yeah, I have a very limited wardrobe. And then I have a bunch of like extra bulk shit that in case I lost all my shit, I can fall back on. It's kind of what I'm just putting out there now. So if that gets stolen or lost, I'm not going to care. But if it's like the core amount of clothes that I could fit in a backpack, then yeah, I would care about that because that's like my main shit. And I basically always wear red and black. Although lately I've been doing like the camo sort of thing. I don't know, it's partly I've been more into military stuff lately, so that's probably why. That's like part of the psychological aspects I wasn't gonna go super into. And a lot of my shit's like years and years old, like years. So I rarely get new stuff, and uh, a lot of times it's not even worth replacing because it's like if it's not better than what I got, then I don't want it. Um. Oh, I made a bed for the bird. Uh, Getting him to sleep's been, something of a challenge. And so, tonight I got the idea to go ahead and do that and set that up for him. It took a minute to get accustomed to it. He wanted to fall asleep in my hand, which is cute and adorable, but I got to do stuff and, just be waking him up all night. That's not good. If he's trying to sleep on top of me, whatever, while I'm moving around. Uh, I mean, I don't know. There's probably a lot of stuff I talk about, but then it doesn't come to mind quite right. Uh, I guess I can talk about. I watched this. It's like FAI Institute, and it's some guys from Israel, and they do like takes on the Bible. Sorry about it's turning dark, but that's just how my life is. Uh, and yeah, so they're going into the Revelations and stuff, and they're talking about how basically the mainstream of Christianity and Catholicism and all that, they're focused on the past of, like Jesus died on the cross, and it's all about that, and they ignore the future of it, and it's sort of a subversion of the original, like first century after death take on things where it's like you're supposed to do good because of what's to come, not because of what's already passed. And it kind of got into the psychology of how that messes with people. And I do see, like, yeah, people fall off, because it's just like, oh, I could do bad, and then I could say, oh, Jesus died for my sins and all that, and go back to the past, which is, like, not good from an outside perspective, because it's just like, from an outside perspective, it's like you're, it's almost like worshiping a dead god sort of thing, like, because it's past. It's not like this is coming, this is the future, which is like really a strong point Christianity has, and the revelations and whatnot, because the shit's coming true. Like, I don't see how it's not obvious, other than people are in denial. I watched like a prepper video earlier, and some of the comments was like, hey, yeah, all this stuff is happening, and people still aren't prepping, and yes, people are in their people are in their boxes, their bubbles that they don't want poked. And if they engage in that activity of prepping, then that signifies something is wrong. I'll try and stay in the light more. It signifies something's wrong, and just it's like a domino effect. Now they have to, like, oh yeah, it's just, they have to admit at that point, they're admitting, if they're prepping, they're admitting that there's a reason to prep. And so a lot of people like to go to the opposite extreme of just, oh, I'm just gonna take it day by day, and like, religious folk will be like, whatever they worship, they'll just defer responsibility off to abdicate responsibility off to that. Or if they're atheist, they just get this really hedonistic, I'm just gonna play my games and watch TV, or I'm not gonna think about that stuff, or I'm just gonna watch the news and get my bulletin points from there. But I don't want to write too much about all that. I kind of want to talk more about myself, but then it's hard to do so because it's hard. And it's gonna be even harder because I kind of screwed up my meds, and it's my fault. I try to make the most of it though, by getting more extra shit done. But in the long term, I'm not cultivating my resources properly, and that's my own failure that I'll have to cope with. But it's all right because it comes in cycles, and as long as I know I can get at some point, it is a lot easier to bring about my thoughts with medication and whatnot. I just camera shy, and I mean that's kind of weird too because like normally I just don't give a fuck, but this is like writer's block, and except it's on video. I was watching a video about the persona, so I watch a lot of like Shadow and archetypes and Carl Jung, and so it's about the persona, and people will project their persona and make it fit with society, and then they'll identify with it, or their persona will be like their job, and then they'll identify with their job, and that's just so stupid. I think of the intro to Sugar from System of a Down, where it's like, we're depleting the world of its natural resources. I mean, just for starters, and people identify with their job, like, oh no, like there's no way like anything I do has any kind of impact that's not wholly good and wholesome. But I'm obviously an outcast, and I'm a stigma to be around, so I don't have that issue so much. Like here's my money. It's like what I have left out of that 50. That was my bank account. Really, was that ripped up 50, and that turned out to be like I went up to the gas station. I was going on a whim. I'm more of like a Discordian. I like Eris, so I'll kind of do things on a whim. And yeah, I had successfully tamed some wasps. Not tamed them. I feel it's insulting to the wasps. I befriended them by offering them food, and they crawled in my hand and got the food. I was feeling pretty up about that, so I went to the gas station to get me something small. But I happened to have a $50 bill on me, and there was a guy there who was like hooping and hollering because his $50 bill wasn't no good because he ripped it up for some reason, and it was just too much of a coincidence. So I'm like, all right, screw it. I'll go ahead and trade you, and I'll just take the loss. I had a bit decent income coming at the time, so I was like, all right. So anyways, yeah, that $50 just kind of got set aside and never got used. I didn't know if it was real or not, to be honest. And I super glued it back together because I got this bird and emergency. It sucks that this millet and this bird seed ain't gonna do no good, but that's all right. I had to find out, but it helped a lot. It really, really, really helped a lot. Kind of saved our asses, me and the birds, I guess. Oh shit! It's like 3 minutes. What do I fill it in with? Do I have enough time to keep going with what I'm going with? But, yeah. So I'm like really, really fucking broke right now. That's all right. Figure it out. And back to the persona thing. Yeah, I don't even believe in ID, like identification. Like I got back from Canada, and there's just all this COVID shit, and I was saving up to get a truck and do the whole a fit in with society thing. Like I was gonna try, but there's just too much bullshit with the fucking setting up appointments and all that. Like there's just like fuck it. You know what? I'm just done with all that shit. And so I said fuck ID, and I'm not like I gotta get the bird to a vet. Like so at some point, like if I gotta throw on some dude clothes to get some money to take the bird to the vet, I'll do that. I don't mind doing that like every once in a great while, just to get the bare minimum of what I need. But I don't need a lot. What I need is freedom, and that's what most matters to me, really. Not like freedom just to do whatever the fuck you want kind of thing, but freedom to be me and not harm anyone else, not intrude upon anyone else. I guess a neat thing is with the videos, how I'm doing them is just kind of off the cuff and when I feel like it. Sometimes you see different versions of me. I know I have some videos in here and probably look like a crazy asshole, and that's alright because sometimes I am. That's another neat thing about the persona is people try to keep a stable set thing, and I'm not really doing that because I fucked around too much. So I'm not in a position to sit there and edit videos and like release like once a week and make it all perfect and consistent. Like no, it's just gonna get like, hey, if I'm drinking and I feel like doing a video or whatever, or like one time I was like just really upset and I just got really drunk and I did a video. Sometimes that's the way it is. Like right now I feel like I'm calm and collected. I gotta go run some missions and stuff, and this video will be uploading while I go do that, and I hope to do another one when I get back. I can probably talk about what I did, depending on like how much I do. I could just drop the stuff off and come back, or I could drop the stuff off and then go explore. I need a second area. I can't have everything on one spot. I need a second area. So I might go explore that. I gotta do stuff while the bird's sleeping. I can't really do too much during the day, and I'll get seen or whatnot. I don't want people to know where my spots are. And I gotta be here for the bird and during the day, so nighttime's time to do that. 20 seconds left. Almost feels like it's gonna be dead space. That's alright. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get back.